There is a government website that no one knows about that sells homes for $100. And you can do this anywhere in the US. I know what you're thinking. That sounds too good to be true. Well, it's not because I've actually gone through the process myself a few years ago and bought a home from here. So in this video, I'm going to show you number one, what the website is, number two, how to use it, and then number three, how to buy a home from it. So let's get into it. I'm actually pretty shocked and surprised that more people do not know about this, and this has been around for a long time, but this is the HUD Home Store. So if you want to go and access it, you just go to hudhomestore.gov today. So let's just go to Texas right now and see what Texas has going on for it. Now, you can pull up, once again, any state in the great nation of ours, and then you can go to your city, your territory, wherever you're looking for it. Let's go right here and just divide it up by price and go to some of the cheaper price homes here. Now, if you click this picture, it's going to bring up the picture. You have to click on the actual address to bring up the listing. The UX design, like how the website interacts with the user, is not very good, but that's regardless. So this is okay. There's a couple different things that you're going to see here that you need to know about. Number one, you're going to have the address, and number two, you're going to have the case number. So if you're interested in a property, you really want to write down the case number because a lot of people will be asking you about the case number. But you can print the property flyer, and on the property flyer, it's going to have a lot of information that you're going to be able to get right here too. It's nothing different. So the housing type you want to look at is you're either going to have a single family home, a mobile home, or a multifamily. But these multifamilies are going to be no more than 4 units. So you're going to have that. You're going to have the beds and the baths and the square footage. You're going to have the lot size. So, which is pretty cool because some of these actually come with land. It's not just houses all the time. It can be a couple acres of land. I've seen up to a couple acres. It has the total number of rooms and the year built. Now, what you really want to look at are these red X's and these green checks. Now, the red X's tells you a little bit more about the layers of this property. Is it in an airport zone? Yes or no? Is it in a FEMA flood zone? Yes or no? If it were me, I would stay away from FEMA flood zones as much as possible because your insurance, your flood insurance gets really high if you're in a flood zone. And that hurts if you ever go to sell this home again. Opportunity zone, yes or no? Opportunity zones can be pretty cool. It's more of a long-term play and strategy. Historic district revitalization area, which gives you a couple tax breaks and incentives, so that's worth checking out. And the National Register, which those can be a mess, but we'll talk about those in a different video. So what do you need to know if you are interested in seeing or buying one of these homes? Well, you need to know the period deadline. You need to know the financing. You need to know the eligibility, and you need to know the listing period. So a thing that's pretty interesting about HUD homes is that they will allow different people to buy them based off of different stages of listing. I'm going to explain what I mean right here. So if you see this right here, 14 hours and 34 minutes, there is usually something called a 30-day period where only people that intend to live in here as their primary residences can bid on these properties. Now, that could be annoying to you, or that could be a really big benefit to you. So if you're an investor, it might be annoying because you have to wait for all the first-time home buyers to potentially submit their bid. But if you're a first-time home buyer or a home buyer that is a owner occupant and planning to live in here yourself with your family, that's fantastic because what it does is it does not allow all these other investors to come and just swoop in and buy something with all cash, right? So if you're on like MLS, if you're looking on Zillow and Realtor.com and all those things, and you're finding cheap homes, you're probably going to be outbid by a rich person that is just coming in and buying everything for cash, or a hedge fund. Hedge funds are buying up homes all across the US. It is absolutely insane. So anyway, you usually have about 30 days when these houses come out to submit your bid as a owner occupant. And I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. But for right now, it says availability of home is subject to the asset manager accepting a bid from an earlier period or removing the home from the market. So all these homes have what's known as an asset manager attached. So the asset manager is basically like the case manager. The asset manager will respond to the bids, will accept them, will call you or your broker if you get the winning bid, and explain the next part of the process. It's very easy. If you've ever purchased a home, it's basically like you're using, or it's basically like the asset manager is the sales agent, right? Is the listing broker. And they just help get the transaction moved to the finish line. What the asset manager also knows that we do not know is how low HUD will take of a price. So just because you see 53,000 does not mean that is the price that it will sell for. It's usually somewhere around that, but you can also potentially get it for much lower than 53,000. All you have to do is you have to have your agent submit a bid for you through the HUD Home Store website, which this is what we're talking about right now. And we'll get more into that later. Now, where does the $100 down come in? You know, because Stephen, I only have $100 and I want to buy a house. Well, okay, you come to the right place. This is your FHA $100 down eligibility check. This one's checked. And you have a 203K eligible. Now, these two things are all about your financing, right? How much you're going to have to put down, and then what you're going to have to do to get this home. Now, you need to be able to be FHA financed for these homes unless you're buying cash. So if you're buying cash, you're great. But if you want to buy it for $100 down, you need to be able to get FHA financing. So I'm going to go into that in a second too. But this one is uninsured, which means that there are repairs that have to be done prior or right after you purchase the home. So FHA is basically a first time home buyer loan. And as a real estate agent, um, back in the day, I sold hundreds of homes with FHA loans. So what you do is you go and apply to a mortgage broker and you say, hey, I want an FHA loan. And they will go through and they'll look at your income, they'll look at your debt, they'll look at your payment history and all that stuff and see if you qualify for FHA. Now, don't be scared if you have some bad credit or whatever and you're trying to get an FHA, because it is like the easiest loan to get for someone with bad credit or previous foreclosure or whatever. Whatever you have going on, FHA is the most lenient out there, right? So you want to really try FHA first. Now, on this one particularly, you will be able to get the FHA $100 down program, but it's also going to have to be a 203K loan. Now, this is tricky, and I know what you're saying. You're going to say, Stephen, damn it, I just want to pay $100 and get this house. Like, how hard is it? Well, it's not hard, but it's not simple. You know what I mean? It's fairly complex, but it is easy if you've gone through this process once or twice. Now, there's other websites that have really good price homes. There's one other one that the government has, which I will show you in another video. If you want to do this yourself, I would buy the PDA. Like I said, it's 17 bucks and it has all the links to the brokers, all the links to the mortgage brokers that you can talk to, all the links to the HUD Home Store websites in different states. And it has the other website I was talking about. And there's some additional like veteran programs, or there's state programs too. So this is a federal thing, and there's state programs, and that PDF has the state programs in it too that can help you with down payment assistance. So even if you can't afford the $100 plus the closing costs and inspections and stuff like that, there are different states have different like down payment assistance, and we've worked with there too. There's also something called NACA, and all that NACA is going to be like a first time home buyer semi-government programs, like a charitable program, and all those links are going to be in there. It's a great PDF, and I've over the 200 deals that I've done, I've gathered like little information from each pieces of those to put in for there. So anyway, let me know what you think. You can drop your questions on the thing and I will answer them too. And someone from my team will gladly be your broker for free to help guide you all through this.